Hey, Tom here from Coffee Shop Keys, and today I'm going to talk about how to build a brand that stands out for your coffee shop. So when I had my coffee shop, I initially bought it and it had a very lackluster, sort of boring brand. It was something that didn't really inspire a lot of interest, intrigue, and it had some basic colors. It was more of a frozen yogurt shop whenever it started, so there was some of that bright orange and green, and it really didn't seem like a cool, hip sort of coffee shop whenever I got it. Okay, so that's just the logos and the colors, sure. But in addition to that, the branding is more than just colors and logos, right? The brand is the feeling that you get whenever your customers make a purchase or experience your brand in any way. They walk into your coffee shop, they read your emails, whatever it is, they see your social media. So I wanted to create a brand that was more than what we had, more than just service with a smile, more than they could get at the coffee shop next door, figuratively, right? So I knew that I wanted to rebrand my coffee shop, and I knew that that was going to include a new name and logo. So the first thing that I started doing was brainstorming feelings that I wanted my customers to experience whenever they thought about my brand. So I narrowed these words down to just a few feelings that I wanted my audience to feel whenever they were experiencing my coffee shop. And then this helped to drive the next part of the branding process. And the next part of the branding process is thinking about related words. Okay, so now I'm trying to come up with how my brand messaging, the positioning, the name, all those sorts of things, and the actual verbiage that I'm going to be using is going to be, right? So initially I felt that I wanted my coffee shop brand to be warm. So I really wanted something that would brighten up people's days. Okay, and that makes sense. What about words like fire, warmth, cozy, those sorts of words? And I just made a big list, again, of related words now that I had those feelings. So things that were synonymous with the feelings that I wanted to hone in on. That was the next step. And then after that, I took a look at really dialing in that messaging. So what messaging is we call them taglines or slogans sometimes. Let's think, for instance, Nike, their tagline is "Just Do It." But they have all sorts of campaigns all the time that have all sorts of messaging, right? Well, this is the same thing with my coffee shop. I wanted to come up with this sort of tagline or slogan that really communicated that feeling I wanted people to get, right? So everything's driven by these initial feelings that I established in step one. So I took this feeling of warmth and I thought, okay, well, warmth is great. I want something that brightens up people's, brightens their day. That's what I want my coffee to do. Also, to take it a bit further than that, and I wanted this coffee not to just brighten someone's day, but to brighten their life. All right, so I expanded the tagline out to be brighten your life. Well, I also wanted to communicate that this is coffee. Coffee that brightens your life sounds pretty good, but I wanted to take an extra step and let people know that my coffee is more than just coffee that they could get at a gas station or a diner or whatever. So I included the word craft right in front of coffee. Craft coffee to brighten your life. So now I have all sorts of things in this messaging, right? This tagline, this slogan. I'm telling people that I serve coffee. That's good to start with. I'm also saying that it's craft coffee. So it's not just diner, gas station coffee. It's not just a coffee shop down the street, whatever. This is craft, really good coffee. All right, so, and then beyond that also, not just the tagline, I needed my menu to do the same thing. So we had our regular coffees, Americano, drip coffee, that sort of thing. But I thought, how do I convey that this is craft coffee through my menu? So I took our section of specialty lattes, right? And instead of just calling them specials or house lattes or whatever, I called them craft lattes. So again, this is craft coffee. These are our craft lattes, things that have been handcrafted together, recipes that we made in-house. You're not going to get them anywhere else. That's what I wanted to convey. And then, of course, the next part is thinking about what the logo looks like. So yes, all of these words and feelings, taglines, that sort of thing, I think should come before the logo. The logo is just an image that supports those feelings of the brand. But it shouldn't be the first place that you start. That way you can get a logo that looks more than just a cup of coffee or a coffee bean or something like that. If you don't know what customers are supposed to feel whenever they're entering your coffee shop and drinking your coffee, then you don't really know what what the logo should look like, right? So back to the tagline, craft coffee to brighten your life. All right, well, this makes a whole lot of sense. I'm going to create a logo that looks like a light bulb. So that's what I did. Immediately when I think brighten, I think of a light bulb turning on. And then I also developed the name Illuminate Coffee Bar. And that really tied together this whole sort of brighten and illuminating brand ecosystem that I had created. So I took these pieces together, the feeling, the tagline, the related words, all of the feelings together, the logo, and then the coffee shop name and the menu, and then all of these together made the brand of my coffee shop. And I really wanted in everything that we did to communicate what that brand is. I didn't want someone to walk into my coffee shop and not know that they were in my coffee shop, right? That's what I really wanted to communicate. So whenever you're thinking about a brand and developing a brand for your coffee shop, think about what do you want people to feel and experience whenever they're in your coffee shop? What makes your cafe different than the one down the street? What are they only going to get whenever they're at your coffee shop? And start there. And if you want to hear more great tips like this, sign up for my email newsletter at coffeeshopkeys.com.